Welcome to Country Boy Tested E-Bikes. We're gonna go over how to find a good used e-bike. All of these bikes you see here, every one of those 5 right there, I bought used. This is the only bike, the bike that I bought brand new. Only reason I bought this one brand new is because it was such a good deal on the sale. I got the whole thing shipped and everything for $410. It's a Class 2 e-bike. If you're getting started on one, this is about what you want to go with. It's a Seeker S. And you can get this off Amazon for, I think it was $359 or something like that. It was on sale, plus your shipping was $110, and they give you a little discount. Came out to $410, brand new. I had to take it out of the box and put it together. But it's a brand new bike. Only thing about it, it's got about a 20-mile range on it if you're at pedal assist level 2. And if you put it on like pedal assist 5, you only gonna get about 10 miles out of it. Because it's a 9 amp hour battery on there, frame integrated. It's UL listed and everything. But that's a good one if you're gonna get a, brand new out of the box. But if you want to do it like I did, this is my first bike that I purchased used off Marketplace. Guy had this advertised for $500. It came with an extra battery, which, if you know, that's $500 by itself. He upgraded and got a new bike, and he had a friend that used to ride this one with him, and his friend is no longer with us no more, so he said, I'm gonna just get rid of the bike. It reminds me of us hanging out every time I see it. So he put it on Facebook Marketplace, and $500. Perfect, nothing wrong with it. I'm about to redo the magnets in that back motor because I have been putting some torture on this bike. I put it through it. This is the first one I started off with right here. That's a mock wheel. This is a mock wheel. This was the second bike we purchased. This, my girl, she got this one here. We've done a little upgrade. That's the brakes it came with, mechanical. And that's the brakes we're putting on it right here. So if you want to put some hydraulic brakes on and they'll still be able to use your old cable, that's the company you can order, XT. They got them covered for you. Now we got hers. Hers had the lowest amount of miles on it when we got it. Hers had 203 miles on it. The lady that bought this bike, it was too big for her. She sold us this bike for $800. $800. She had only had this bike for a month. And brand new, this bike was, I think, right at $1,600. So she sold it at half just to get, she had already bought a new bike. She had got an electric XP. So we got this one for $800. Okay, my next bike I got used. I got all of these off Marketplace. I just set my parameters so that when a bike pops up for sale within 56 miles, it dings me and lets me know, and I see if I like it or want to go get it. Now, that's the little Huffy. That's a Huffy Everett. That right there, let me tell you, I bought that one used offline for, I think I got this one for $250. I did. I got this one for $250. Lady said $300 at first, and it was such a small bike. I was like, I was kind of about ready to just look for something else. She said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take $250 for it. And I went and got it, and she had put this bike together and rode it a couple of times. It had 200 and I think around 260 miles. And she said her daughter rode it more than she did, but her daughter dropped the bike and bent the little frame, not the frame, but the fender on the back. But yeah, got that one for $250. That's a 9 volt 36, no, that's a 36 volt 9 amp hour battery. But this one right here, this little Huffy, that little puppy right there, let me tell you, she's about one of my favorite bikes out here to ride right now because it's just fun. It's a real bike. You can cut the motor off and actually pedal that one just like a bike. Okay, let's come over here and look at what I call my best prize find so far, one of them. And that's this Suhu. As you see, the Suhu I got this one. It has 346 miles on it. And the lady wrecked this one. It was too big for her. She rode it anyway, and she ended up losing control. She had a wreck. She bent her fender up. Everything else was perfect on the bike. It was good to go. That's not the seat that came on it. The seat got scraped on the side. And let's see, it had a little spot right here. I think that, and right there. And the front fender is gone. That's it. That's it. So I got this one. This one has got, I think it's like 300 miles on it. And $250. Marketplace. That one has a 500-watt motor on it. And when I tell you it kicks just like them 750-watt motors, I don't know how they do it, but man, they do it. It's got a smaller battery, so it don't have the same range. I've so far taken this 20 miles on pedal assist 5, running it at high speed at the best, at the top it'll do. And it did 20 miles, throttle, hills, everything. So that's a good bike if you want to look at getting one pretty cheap. Now that's a $1,300 bike. So best way to get these is just like I just said. Just find someone that they bought too much bike for them. And here is another one. This is what I just scored yesterday. This is a Vituvia. I read up on these little bikes. I didn't have any 20-inch fat tire bikes. This is my first 20-inch fat tire bike. I've been cleaning it up because it was a kid riding this bike. His mother ended up selling the bike because she thought he was going to get hurt on it. And that's going to happen. So that's, like I'm saying, you'll find a ton of these bikes out here marked way down. I bought this bike. This is a folding bike right here. 750-watt motor on it. 20-inch tires. Folding e-bike. I got this for $300. So when I get them that cheap, it leaves me a little money to put into them. So what I'm about to do is put BMX style handlebars on that because I don't like that tall. I don't know. I'm gonna ride it a second and see how I like that, but I already see people taking them off. The front forks, so far everything is good on there, but I went online and see that you can get replacement forks if you want a better fork system for it for $112. The fenders for this are $79. I got to order them next week because I just went ahead and ordered a kickstand for the back. The kid took the kickstand off. You know, they like them BMX. He took the fenders off and they threw the fenders away. And the fender, if you ever notice, the fender keeps this bike from getting filthy. It keeps all of that gunk from splattering onto your battery because your battery sits right here. I got the battery off because I'm cleaning it up. As you can see, it's a pretty clean bike. I got a tube on the way. I'm about to put a tube in it. So I got to, let's see, put a tube on it. I found the lady was selling a set of 20-inch tires, 20x4 tires. I'm about to buy them from her. She wants $40 for both. I'm about to put those on here. And these tires have pretty much seen the best life. If you're ever curious about what is a good e-bike to buy, what is a good used e-bike to buy, I'm gonna show you a quick way to know mileage. A lot of the times you can turn on your display and you'll see the mileage. Hold on, let's pop one on over here. I don't have a key in that one. Let's ready. All right, you'll see when you turn it on, you see the mileage right there? That's the odometer. Now, when I bought this, it had 1,050 miles on it. So I put all them other ones on here. But the guy that had this bike before me, he took it to the shop and he actually told me when they did the reset on it, they had to do a factory reset. And he said when it was factory reset, it was at 3,416 miles. That's what he had. So you got to add this 2,249 on to 3,400. This has had over 5,000 miles on it. And it's in great shape. She's still running. Here's a good way to gauge how many miles. If they've did a factory reset, the mileage on there is going to go back to 0. So you won't know unless they just honest and tell you. And a lot of people, when they sell these bikes, they'll try to factory reset it and tell you, oh, I only drove it for a few weeks. Look at the damage on the bike. I'll not say damage is going to be on it, but look the bike over very well, and you'll be able to see. Here's a tail. Let's see if we can get in close enough that you can see. See that tire, how worn out that tire is. Okay, here's a backup spare that I have right there. Now, this backup spare right here has approximately probably 1,000 miles on it. And this one has around 1,500 miles on it. But that is the wear on that middle bead you're gonna see at 1,500 miles. So if you see that bead worn, see them tires worn down like that, and I'll show you another one. Now, she said it only had a few hundred miles, but I looked at the bead on that tire, and you see that? So you know what that tells you. This bike has, this tire by itself, probably 1,500 plus miles on it, because it's right at needing to be replaced. And like I said, I got some tires coming in for it. But that's one of your good tails. Another good tail is look at your brakes. Look at the brake dust on it. If it's got heavy brake dust, as you see, that wheel cover down in there, everything's covered with brake dust. That's how you know you got more than 1,000 miles on this bike. Definitely. So if you see, you know, these are signs that you can tell wear and tear, and check your brakes, pull the brakes and see how they stop. A lot of the time, take the bike, push it, roll it, pull the brakes, and if it keeps sliding with the brakes are worn out. There's another indication you got some high mileage on it. On these, anything that has a 750 watt motor, these little mechanical brakes, I replace them with these. These are hydraulic, and you can connect them to your mechanical brake, and you don't miss anything. But those are just some little helpful hints to help you figure out how to buy a good used e-bike. Those are some of the things you might want to look for. And before you go out here and spend thousands and thousands of dollars, as you see, I'm buying these things for fractions of what they cost. The only one so far I've had to put any work into, I got to get a front fender for that one, and that's it. The only one I'm gonna have to really do anything to is this one, and that's just putting a tube in the tire, because the battery, everything runs on it, it's ready to go. I just got to put a tube in the tire, and I'm gonna put the fenders back on it. And we got a Vituvia for 300. I love this little thing. I can't wait to ride it. I saw a lot of write-ups and a lot of people reviewing it and talking about how much power it has. I can't wait to view and see it for myself. All right, everybody, thank you for stopping by Country Boy Tested. As you can see, I am feeding my habit here. That's the only one I bought new, like Bike Seeker S. Everything else out here is used, and I purchased them from people who just couldn't handle the bikes, or they were too big for them. This is a good way to go, y'all. Check around you and see what you can get into. And this way you can ride an e-bike and see what you do like and what you don't like. And that'll help you formulate your basis for how you're going to buy your next bike. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this helps. Have a great day.